Hello there. Welcome to episode 9 of the first season of The Land of Good and Evil. We are here seeing the lid of our new fortress, or, well, new fortress is maybe the wrong word. And we start out today with an artifact that's in the making. In the last episode, I have successfully set up some sort of a military. I mean, we got 8 people in armor, so I really do like what I see so far, and the artifact construction is already running. That's a pretty good thing. It's our Fisher Dwarf apparently that's seeing an enlightenment here. Okay. Whatever. I'm okay with that. So let's see. We got pretty much all the stone down here. Alright. We have also opened up the caverns yet again for business because, you know, we got now enough armed forces available. I have also decided that I'm going to add in a number 5 into each squad because, you know, then we got 10 people in total, and I feel like that's a pretty good number to be at. Just make sure that the configuration is set to replacing clothing so they can wear everything they're supposed to wear, and then we got to wait. I'm getting a tad bit nervous these days, considering the fact that I realized lately that we're hitting the 50 population mark. A siltstone amulet. So why is the 50 population mark of any importance? Because that's the point where bad things notice your fortress, to put it into blunt words. So, well, it's just a random amulet called Lathonoram. Okay, whatever. We probably could give that to our expedition leader. Come on, let's do that. I don't know what that exactly does, if it makes the expedition leader somewhat happy or whatnot. I really don't know. Alright, so let's see. Oh boy, I hope I won't regret that, but hack shaman things again. Old dogs, alright. So let's first off see. It's supposedly happening underground. Something has unchained a creature, it says. Okay. So we need to do something about that situation. First off, let's kill off that thing. Next off, let's stop that bat squatch nonsense. And let's take care that this hellhound is no longer on us. Alright. Iron statue toppled by hack shaman groom. This is bad. Alright, so these thingies, by now I'm somewhat convinced that they have some sort of a stealth or something like that. Because, you know, it just happened too often by now that these creatures just snuck by. Something has unchained a creature, you know. So there might be a connection between these things. Oh boy, so these creatures, they are really problematic, to put into friendly words. So, our people here, there are also seriously injured. Her head is torn open. Jeez. So that combat didn't go easy for them. And ultimately, one of our own died. So let's see. 2 of them died, actually. Jeez. So yeah, right. This place has its own trickeries. Naked Mole Dog is fighting. Alright. We got to forbid that door one more time. It's just, you know, people are dying again left and right. I thought we were past that, but obviously this place is something else. Alright. That's quite unsettling, to be honest. Alright. So, first off, that shows me my military is nowhere near ready to face whatever can come from down below. We also noticed that there is stuff that can come from up above. So the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to set up some creatures to give me some kind of a warning system, alright? So let's do this. Iron chains shall be forged. Wow, this is really cool. This keeps me on edge in a way that I am not used to. This is cool. Alright, let's smelter away on that limonite. And let's see, all those losses here, I mean, this was number 7. Maybe even more. I don't know if the last person was already buried. I feel like the number sounds a tad bit too low. 7 sounds like that can't be everybody. Well. So, let's go for another limonite vein here. And here, let's go for some more limonite mining down here. Not limonite, siltstone mining. We require that for the outside of the fortress. Judging from what I'm seeing so far, the outside defenses grow more and more important. So, let's see. Let's kill off this one. I really want to try to get my bunnies into cycling now. Alright, so let's hope that nobody will die for the remainder of the episode. That would be already something I see as a step forward. I have also expanded the city here a little bit, so we got now way more room than we need. I mean, I didn't expect to lose 2 more people just when the episode starts, but oh well, such is life, I guess. I don't dare to unchain the bat squatch now. And the poor fella here, well, let's let him in. But the things that come into the fortress from the caverns are truly horrific. I mean, this is just Caverns Layer 1. It's just freaking Caverns Layer 1. Speaking about Caverns Layer 1, that reminds me. I was digging the other day, wasn't I? And it's about time that we breach through the deeper layers now. This is by all means not really anything too exciting there. Let's see. Ah, here. Here, Aquifer Town starts. Wait a sec. So this is the failed shaft, alright. It's actually probably a great idea to use that. But let's make it like this then. When I did this for the first time, I didn't have the necessary workforce to see this through. But by now we do. Alright, let's put this onto primary focus. Let's get started. We need to dig deeper, because that's pretty much the only thing that I am feeling currently able to, basically. Since we are not really at the point where we could expand downstairs, you get me? Problem is just, our dudes, they just need training first. They're going to be awesome soldiers in the future, but for now, that's just not going to happen, sadly. And with this aquifer's expansion, I'll be much more careful. I'll be using... I'll be taking more time. If ever water allocates a tad bit, I'm going to wait until the water has evaporated. That was a little bit also my problem, my mistake, however you want to put it. So we can do better. But I also had, I think, like 14 dwarfs or so when I started that out. Maybe it was a little bit more, but not much. So in a nutshell, more dwarves make the whole job easier as well. Oh, jeez, this is much harder than I expected, to be completely honest. So we're going to mourn those losses. So gotta say, the building of Justice Paint is quite the ordeal, and it starts to give me some understanding why my home civilization has only that one fortress at the edge of the world. This world seems to be really, really wild and hell-bent on killing dwarves. Alrighty. Let's continue that. I highly doubt that the lower layers of the caverns will be any better than the stuff I'm experiencing currently, but getting my way there will bring us something to do until the fighters are ready, and I really, really don't know how I am supposed to deal with all those weird monsters that seem to be enormously stealthy. This is really, really something that's, well, I didn't expect it to be that difficult, admittedly. Alright, it's working out already. Much faster. No. But at least the happiness of the fortress is not collapsing. As a matter of fact, these guys are actually quite happy. Happier than I expected them to be, in all honesty. Okay. I mean, at some point there should be an end to this aquifer. But at least this time we already went deeper than the first time. Hooray! I'm happy. But I'm also getting my feet wet here. So we're going to let that dry. I learned from my mistakes. And let's make sure that we got ourselves enough timber to work with up here. There's a spot I missed. These little spots, they are so important that we catch them all, you know. Alright, we got more than enough siltstone here. It's just the workers not getting the stuff done in the time that it comes up. I mean, we have lost 2 more people this time. Every episode I keep losing people. I mean, spring has just begun. That means we will see, in all likelihood, another caravan coming during the spring with more migrants, but it truly is quite an uphill battle. Probably I opened up the caverns too early. Probably you shouldn't do that in this mod pack so eagerly. So I'm still learning here. So let's slaughter that Tearsel Peregrine. Dabbling Swords Dwarf. Adequate. That's not good enough. Thieves. Alright. Trying to empty those cages a little bit. Oh, I also added a room like this to the other barracks here, because I consider that a completionist's feat, you know. There we go. So take it down. Brilliant. That's cheap combat training. It doesn't really give them extremely much XP, but as far as I know, it is pretty okay training. So, well, I gotta know how dangerous Bat Squatch actually is. So, hopefully it won't kill my entire squad. But well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Alright, there it is. How could this cute little bugger actually kill entire dwarf? Okay, let's see. I somehow am afraid now, but okay. Unnecessarily. The thing was stabbed and then taken care of. Wonderful. That's what I like to see. Alright. And if it doesn't give your folks too much experience, it also does another thing. It does let them see and experience death. And, you know, novice soldiers, they do have a problem with that. They do have a problem with that. They freak out when there's the first signs of real combat, and you get the idea. So... that's why. I was just wondering, why the hell is there water dripping down? This shouldn't be happening. Oh man, this place, this aquifer breach is somehow cursed. I don't know. Did I forget to assign one more? Let's check that. Yep, I must have missed a wave again. Whoopsie. Alright, but since I have stopped the source, this should evaporate eventually. Somehow nothing in this fortress goes off easily. I don't know. These good lands, so-called good lands, they are much more of a pain and much more of a hassle than most of the evil biomes that I've played with. But okay, that's just me over-exaggerating. But I already had quite harmless evil biomes. That's something I can state. These were actually not as dangerous as this place. But luckily, we at least got ourselves a lid on all this now. That's a good start. A druidic dwarf caravan has arrived. Alright. And they are already in a royal punch-out with a unicorn, are they? Or... nah, they're not fighting at all. They're just spamming their heals, obviously. Okay, so looks as if we have a new trade opportunity. Yeah, that's the right word. Alright. Let's see. Curious to see what druidic dwarves have in store. Truly, truly curious to see. They are like elven dwarves, if that's even possible. Poor guys. Something bad must have happened to them in life at some point. Well, let's see. The carpenter is fighting. Why is the carpenter fighting? The carpenter shouldn't be fighting. Alright, the merchants are healing them. Okay. I'm completely down with that, my men. Completely. Yeah, that's totally elven items. Grown items. They also got food stuff, but I'm actually not going to go too deep into trading with these. We're currently not open for business. I really want to check out some sort of stuff that we can sell. Or, wait a sec, we can actually sell something. Yeah, let's do that. So, you know, our food stuff is quite valuable. So let's bring some of that stuff over there and see what we can trade there. if there's anything. I mean, the basic idea I got is trade food for food, basically to give a little bit more variety into the fortress. It always pays off in the long run. So let's see. I can only sell that pie as a whole. Well, that's a shame. Great cougar cage. Alright. I think I'm going to buy that one. This sounds like a fun animal to have. So let's see. They also come with a couple of buckets and a couple of barrels. I'm actually buying these because, in all honesty, it's a pain in the rear to craft these. So I'm down. So forgive me, no seeds, but here, leaves and fruits. That's exactly what I was after. Okay, so you guys come and trade with an amazing profit. I get it. I don't mind, actually. We will get ourselves some items that were not that super important, but all those different foodstuffs, they are just really, really good for the sake of everybody's happiness. One thing that I can totally say. Alright, let's see. Yeah, look at this. The water is already evaporating. I'm relieved. This would have been so annoying if there would be something going wrong here yet again. That would be so insane. Alright, let's do a couple of things. First off, all those pesky little ramps need to go, you know. We're not going to utilize these anymore here. And then it's also time to shape the environment here a tad bit. Remove that wild look of everything, you know. Bring in some shapes. Bring it into shape. However you want to call it. Alrighty. So, another entertainer wants to enter our city. I'm a little bit reluctant to pick up any of these because I am afraid of spies and thieves. And therefore, I'm noping out on these pretty much everywhere. Okay, so as you see here, I'm starting to carve out some structures here so stuff doesn't look as chaotic anymore. Alright, so whatever's stinking there, there's something stinking. Okay. So, big question remains, how will I organize the rest of this? Oh, lost my Grantos. Nice, okay. That's good. So we're now officially past 50 people. That means we're now, I think, semi-mega beasts are now allowed to attack me, and I think snatchers are also going to show up. I think that's the two main differences. And is there miasma? What's the stink? Huh? Damn. I can already imagine that the stink is originating from too many items that came with the caravan. Because, you know, whenever a caravan is trade is through, there's a lot of carrying stuff around. Judging from my own experience, at least. So it's probably the reason why some rotting stuff wasn't being removed. So while I was expanding the city, I was also bringing up the airlocks in between. We want to call them like that. Smoothing the floor here so it's looking nicer. So the plan is a quite simple one. I just want to have a couple of bridges here that I can raise in case of the city being in any risk, you know. Oh yeah, and speaking about risk, there were statues that I actually wanted to have here. before some rampaging monstersies showed up. It's alright, this guy went translucent. Down. I'm the invisible dwarf. That's okay, man. So let's order another Justice Paint statue. An original Justice Paint statue. And by now I am totally okay with smelting limonite ore. And we're going to do that whenever the amount of refined coal is larger than 30. Basically, whenever there's enough fuel. Smelter away. Alright, the doctors want a guild hall. Yeah, well, I do somehow understand why. They are, as a matter of fact, one of the most requested crafts here in the fortress so far. So we're going to give them the guild hall they crave for. Alright, back to the aquifer problem. It's almost dry by now. Beautiful. I just want to get past that stupid thing, you know. I wonder what my people got healed from by those druid dwarves. I mean, I just saw them spamming their healing spell left and right. But what does that actually mean, you know? So, the doctor has claimed the clothier's shop and already began a mysterious construction. That is really, really good. And this is also really, really good, my friends. We are past the aquiferous rock. Hooray. Oh man, I'm so relieved. Finally. So we just have to go one layer deeper, and then we're truly past it. Because currently the whetstone that you see here, that's just the remaining stuff that hasn't evaporated yet. Nice. Alright, that's finally some good news. Alright, so I don't want to have some limestone floor here. We actually go for some siltstone floor. Come on, why not? Oh, that's why not. Yeah, alright. Then it's limestone. I'm somehow really underwhelmed by the looks of the limestone floor. In all honesty, I imagined it looking better. So, a llama wool hat scarf. Thank you. That's totally what we needed. So, the artwork relates to the construction of net twilights. So, we would need to know what the hell is net twilights, but yeah, well, there's always something. So my refuse stockpile surely ain't large enough. And to make this problem finally go away for good, it's time to install the the atom smasher. Not the quantum stockpile, the atom smasher. Here we go. Because I don't want to have these issues anymore. Here you see somehow lots of these items are deemed refuse and not corpses, for whatever reason that is, but yeah, we're going to resolve that problem. No problem anymore. Quite soon. So, oh man, I dislike the fact that they're spamming those heal spells like that. This makes me rather oblivious about the comment log, and I am somehow afraid that this might backfire on me one day in the far future. Anyways. So we got ourselves here. You know what? We're going to make more of these rock pedestals. Pedestals, however you pronounce that. We're only going to make one of these suckers, because one of them at a time is really enough. But I'm just going to make the same thing I did on the other hole there. It's going to increase the value quite a lot without me needing any extra investment. I like the idea of that. But until then, let's make this the doctor's. Or do we have a traction bench now? That would be pretty cool. Alright, my good friends, that's marking the end point of today's episode. We're slowly getting there. I can't put it differently. We're slowly getting there. But, well, it's quite a lot to do still. I would love to say that we're, at least there was nobody dying this time, but even that was not true. So, but all in all, I got the feeling as if the situation is slowly stabilizing. The population count is, as a matter of fact, rising, all in all. But that's also because I stopped taking unnecessary risks the whole time. Anyways, so thanks for watching, my good friends. That's always my pleasure to see so many folks of you being interested in me rambling about this game. That's really, really an honor for me, and I hope you're going to enjoy this episode as you will the next one, and leave me a thumbs up if you do. Leave me a subscription if you want to support the channel, and of course consider the playlist link down there. If you are new to all this, that's where you can find the rest of the saga of the land of the good and evil. So, the Doctor's Guild Hall is called the True Angelic Trust, and I'll leave you with this wonderful name for a guild hall. See you next time, everybody!